6 days a week, 12-hour shifts.
You can always do something right, even if it's going wrong.
Is this what you want to do, or is there something else you would like to do?
Get a mentor. We live a life of abundance.
Welcome to the show, Coffee with Kunal. This morning we have Paulina here with us, and Paulina is the Realtor Relations and Marketing Manager for Hillwood Communities. Paulina, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. So I understand you were born in Austin.
Yes, that is correct.
Went to school over there, and your first love was to work for a developer.
Yes. I actually worked at a real estate office in high school. So I was an admin at the front desk for a local real estate office there, Prudential actually. And from there, my love of real estate grew. And my first job out of college was working for a developer in Dallas.
Wow. And then you found your second love in Danny, your husband.
Correct.
And he was based in Houston, Texas.
Yes.
And he pulled you away from Austin to Houston?
Yeah, well, I went to school at Texas Tech, and then my first job was in Dallas. So I met Danny while I was living in Dallas.
Oh, wow.
And he was here, of course. So we dated, then we got engaged, and of course I didn't want to do the long distance. So I made the switch to come to Houston from Dallas. And
that was, what, 7-8 years back? Or
that was 2015.
2015?
Yeah.
Wow. So walk us through your journey of your professional development. I know you work for a real estate company out of in high school, and then developer. Walk us through your journey.
Yeah, so I've always loved real estate. My mom was actually a real estate agent for a while.
Wow.
And that's where I decided to get into the real estate business in high school. Always worked my whole life, so love it. But then went to school. I actually graduated with an agricultural economics degree.
Agriculture economics. Wow, interesting.
Yes. So my other passion is animals. My dad has a ranch in Austin and tons of exotic animals. So I thought maybe...
Name a few. What kind of animals does he have?
We have a zebra, camel, buffalo, kangaroo, African porcupine.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Yeah.
I had no idea that you had that kind of passion.
Yes,
wow.
It's very special.
Is it open to public or just his own?
It's not. It's just his own. I mean, he has dreams and hopes to open it to the public someday, but
wow.
Right now it's just him, and my brother lives out there in a separate house. It's about 60 acres.
60 acres?
Yes.
Whoa, that would be a huge development in Houston, 60 acres.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's our little safe haven. We love it. We actually were there this past weekend. My daughter loves it.
Yeah.
My son, I have pictures of him with kangaroos, feeding him, just sitting. It's pretty cool.
Wow, that's interesting. All right, so then you came from Austin to Dallas. That's where you met Danny, and you came to Houston, and what happened next?
So when I was working for a developer in Dallas, it was called Hillwood Communities. We had a marketing agency named Anderson Hanson Blanton, and they were on the Hillwood account. And Hillwood is a huge developer. They have the majority of their communities are in the DFW area. But we had Pomona here in Houston. And so AHB asked me at the time, since I was already working with them, they were our agency for Heffines, if I wanted a job and if I could work on this Hillwood account, since we knew we had a great relationship. And so I said, of course, and came down here to Houston, was the only AHB employee in Houston at the time for Pomona, which was the Hillwood account. And so now I've been on Pomona since 2015, since I've been here.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's almost 6 years now.
Yeah, so at first it was a little bit of a struggle because Hillwood was brand new to the Houston market. Again, in 2020 we won Developer of the Year in Dallas. So huge name in Dallas, everybody knows us. But in Houston we were just brand new. Nobody knew Pomona or Hillwood. And so once we started getting our builders on the ground, the models on the ground, and throwing these awesome events for the realtors, and of course realtors love prizes, so big grand prizes. I think they started seeing the caliber of Pomona, and then also, of course, I go out to the realtor offices. We have them come on site for meetings, and just really explaining to them the Hillwood way and how Hillwood does these things. And so it's taken a while, but now I've been in this role for 5-6 years. Wow. And it's cool to see realtors at the beginning who were kind of didn't know much about Hillwood, didn't know if they should tell their clients to come purchase with us. And now it's just like a feeding frenzy to get in Pomona. I have realtors, prospects email me all the time. Like, when's the next session coming? Can you tell me what lots go to what builders? And I'm like, I can tell you what this lot or the land plan looks like.
Sure.
We haven't done lot splits or anything like that. So
I think creating loyalty with realtors is critical, because as developers, as builders, the more partnership we have with our liaisons, it makes the process go so much more smoother. I still remember in 2016, we have GHBA, Greater Houston Builder Association, and they recognized Builder of the Year, Realtor of the Year, Team of the Year. And we were recognized as Realtor Team of the Year in Houston market.
Correct.
And your team took a private jet from Houston to New Orleans just for the evening. And we were, I think, 8-10 of us flew over to New Orleans, had this nice, fancy dinner, and just flew back the same evening.
Yes.
I mean, that's memories created for life, where you make your people feel special. And then it's not about just selling a home or doing a transaction. It's about creating memories. Incredible, incredible. So your second love, of course, was with working with a developer. And your latest love are your kids.
that's correct.
You have a 3.5-year-old daughter, and you have a 1-year-old, almost 1-year-old son. Tell us about your kids.
Yeah, my daughter is a firecracker. She's so much personality. I don't know where she gets it from. And my son is the complete opposite. He's so chill, so laid back, like loves to play by himself.
Really?
So it's been interesting, but wouldn't trade them for the world, of
Absolutely.
course.
The kids are fantastic because they just make your day.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I know you've been in business for a few years, and a lot of realtors, builders, or people in the industry watching this show. What would you want to give advice to somebody who's new in the business, who's a realtor over here? What would you want to tell them?
I think being authentic is super important, and also just finding your niche. I mean, I know a bunch of realtors who try to have the whole pie, and it's great to have big goals and big dreams, but when you're first starting out, find your niche, find the type of people you want to work with, because the relationship is so much more important, in my opinion, than the actual transaction. As you know, I'm going to tote you in here. I used Kunal and his brother as my realtor.
Correct.
Because we had just a great relationship. I felt comfortable with you. And of course, with my job, I know hundreds of realtors in the area.
Correct.
But you guys are just so great at providing that personal touch, and through work, of course, but then also on a personal level, keeping up with each other and stuff like that, which it goes a long way versus just trying to get in and get out, get your money and leave.
Right. I agree with you. This business is all about creating relationship, partnership. Transactions, commission earned can come and go. But if you create that relationship partner, that's when you build trust. And that's why I truly appreciate you trusted us to help you, list your home for sale. Now, you've had the journey of being a professional for many, many years. Think back of one experience, which may have been personal or professional, like an important lesson learned that you had, that you're applying on a daily basis today, that you wish that you had known about in the past. One important lesson learned from either personal or professional life.
Yeah, there's so many. I think one of the most important lessons I've learned is that you can do anything you put your mind to.
Wow.
So, I mean, you don't technically need a degree to do anything. You can learn it. A lot of what I've done has been self-taught and learned. Russ, my boss and dear friend, he has taught me so much that now I'm actually looking into getting more into the amenities and landscaping development side of this role, just because I want to grow and learn more and do more. So it's been really awesome that, especially Hillwood, they encourage you to grow into, if you want to move into a new role, chase that passion. So really, I mean, if you want to do anything, just set your mind to it and do it.
Wow. So set your desire, set your passion, set your goal, and things will happen. Incredible.
Absolutely.
If someone wants to reach out to you and talk to you about Hillwood or talk to you about Pomona, would you mind sharing a cell phone number?
Of course. It is 512-350-4996.
You're still in love with Austin. You haven't left your number.
No, I never will. I never will.
Let's have that number one more time, Paulina.
512-350-4996.
It was just incredible having you on the show today. Paulina, thanks for making time for us.
Thank you so much. It was
I look
so
forward
great to be here.
doing more business with your team.
Of course.
Cheers, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
6 days a week, 12-hour shifts.
You can always do something right, even if it's going wrong.
Is this what you want to do, or is there something else you would like to do?
Get a mentor. We live a life of abundance.